over these last couple of days, just a little bit. Yard just needs a little cleanup. But look at this. I keep having this issue. The redwood chips, they slough down onto my patio. And then I sweep them up and I keep losing my chips that way. I need to make a change here. And my idea is that what I notice is like these two stones that have been sitting here for a while, they're preventing those chips from sloughing down onto the patio. So if I put a whole line of rock all along that edge of the patio, I should be able to solve that problem. That would be nice. That would be helpful. Now, this isn't that big of a project, but the first thing I like to do is break my project down into steps. Let's see. I've come up with 7 steps for this project. The reason I do this is it's easier to keep track of what I'm doing. I can reward myself as I get to certain points in my project, and when I pull off at certain times during the day or over the next several days, I can feel like I've accomplished something. I've gotten through a certain step. So, step number 1 is to prepare all this area to rake back the chips, get this wood and these rocks out of the way, and just get it ready so I can dig my soil. There. Step 1 completed. Now what's step 2? Gather rocks. Yeah, I've got a lot of rock around this yard in old landscaping that is no longer relevant. So I'm going to collect those all together and see what I have to work with. Let's see what we got to work with. See, I've got all different size stones. So I got to figure out how to fit them all together to make a nice sort of good barrier for the soil and all those chips. This side of the patio is a little higher than that side. This patio is really old. It's over 40 years old. Originally, it all tapered out that way for drainage. Each of these concrete squares have gotten uneven over the years, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I do know that that's lower there, so this soil here is taller or higher up than the soil over here. So this one I want to keep kind of at the level of these stepping stones and work low, and then as I get around over there, I need some more height. Keep that soil up at its height and keep those chips up taller. So I need bigger stones down there for a lot of that, smaller ones here. The thing is, for this to work, for it all to stay in place, you need to bury half of the stone, maybe even 2/3 of the stone below the soil. That will make it sturdy and will stay there over the years. So I got to sort these stones and figure all that out here. Then, we're getting towards noontime, and I'm going to take a lunch break at that point. Okay, I've got these spread out kind of by size here. The stones, the main ones kind of along the edge of the concrete here are going to be the body of the work. They get a little bit larger as I go this way. It's going to take a lot of maneuvering them and working to fit them as I go along. The other thing I got to think about is sort of colors on these rocks as I go along. I don't want a really boring spot in the rocks and then have an area that has a whole bunch of color. These stones were all collected over the years for many different landscaping projects that have gone on, and a yard evolves over 35, 40 years. So I'm just going to make use of what I have. I'm rather eclectic in my tastes, so I like the variety of different field stones I have here. And, it'll be cool. We're going to make it all sort of work and blend into the rest of this yard. Well, I waited a little while for the sun to get over beyond that tree, so I got some shade to work out here because it's warmed up a little bit today. But I'm on step number 3. I've got to loosen the soil all along the edge of my concrete. So here we go. Well, that wasn't so bad. It rained a few days back, so the ground has a little moisture in it. It's nice. All right, now the fun part. Get to start fitting these stones in along here. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't take the dirt all out because I want to pack it against these stones as I go, and I just have to kind of decide which sides to have up, how they best fit. Let's see. Just try to make them fit as close together as I can. So we don't have gaps for the chips to run through. And then I pack some of the dirt as I go. I've got little stones I kept here to use as like wedges and fillers, things to help, just support certain areas. There we go. See, that's the idea. Let's see. Kind of interesting figuring out how to get them all to fit in some logical way. Kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, it's working out okay. I fit the stone against the concrete, picking the best face I can. I use the small stones to fill in the gaps sort of behind so that dirt doesn't filter through. You bury about half the stone below the concrete level and use the trowel to settle the dirt in as you work. Look at each stone, see what looks like the best face to go against the concrete and what seems to be the best edge to mate against the adjoining stone. And just settle them in there, filter the dirt down in, and then use a small stone to fill in the cracks. I'm going to put a whole nother line of rock behind these that'll help support the facing rock and keep more of the dirt back. It'll make it just more solid. Well, that's just kind of how it works. there. What I'm starting to do now is go along and sort of chink the cracks with smaller stones, and I'll get that kind of done along here. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have enough stone to do this. That's good. All right. It's getting warm out here.
So here maybe you can see how I'm just a couple inches high off the concrete there, and then as I come around this way, I was using taller stones and letting it come up so that over on this side of the patio I'm probably about 4 inches high. That looks pretty good. I might have to change a few of them back over on that low end. Maybe I'll change a few in here and get this a little taller through here. I do have some bigger stones in this pile still that might be better for that. So I very nearly have what I want here. I've done all my chinking stones behind, as you can see. It's a couple of stones deep, and it's fit pretty well. Yeah, some of those back stones are going to disappear under the shavings, but that's fine. My whole objective here is that the stones help keep all those shavings and wood chips from sloughing down onto the patio. So I'm ready for my next step, which is to water that in. I'm going to dampen all that and let the soil settle down into all those cracks. One last step to do. Break the chips back into place. Clean up my patio. Not bad for a day's project. I'm pleased.